Hi, my name is Dan, and this is my channel, Engelgeist. If you're new, thank you for tuning in. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. This is the monthly Tarotoscope for December 2019 for the sign of Aquarius. So those of you with a sun, moon, or rising in the sign of Aquarius, you would want to watch this video. Those of you that are like dating or close to an Aquarius, you might want to cross-watch this video just to sort of see what's going on with your Aquarian people during the month of December. If any love comes up in a big way in this reading, then I would suggest that those with a Venus in Aquarius possibly watch and cross-watch the video, but if not, then that wouldn't necessarily apply. As I said, thank you for tuning in. Ways that you can support my channel: please give the video a like, a share, a comment, a subscribe. If you're watching via Facebook Live right now on the business page, please come over to YouTube and give me a subscription over on YouTube, and vice versa. If you're watching on YouTube Live right now, please go over to my Facebook business page and give it a like and a follow. You can also follow me on Instagram. I'm new to Instagram at Engelgeist333. And that's another way to support. And you can also look in the video description once this video is fully uploaded to YouTube and completed, and it will have all my contact information in there, or my Linktree links to booking a private reading if you're interested in that. Always when subscribing, hit the notification bell on either site so that you get notified when I go live, because I do go live quite often, every day actually, in the mornings, and then twice a week nightly for my charm divination readings. So that's going on, and you can interact with me then. I don't have the chat box turned on right now because I'm just doing these Tarotoscopes to put them up, and I like to do them. It seems to be a little bit easier. The camera angle's better, you can see the cards better, and this live thing seems to be working. So this might be the new format for the monthly Tarotoscope, we will see. But let's see what's going on with my Aquarians. I myself have an Aquarius moon, so this reading kind of can be important to me on some level. Not that it matters. I take myself out of the reading. Okay, let's see what's going on. So this first card is what I call the default setting. This is sort of where you're going to be sort of vibrating at during the month of December for the most part. Not completely through December, but you might find yourself like kind of ebbing and flowing in and out of this card throughout the month. So this is the Child of Wands. This is Seeker. This is the energy of fire. Wands is the element of fire, and the sort of the realm of the spirit, right? I like that this is sort of the lead-in card because it feels like unknown territory as I look at this for the Aquarians. It feels like this is about learning at a deeper spiritual level, going inward, using this like sort of winter month of December to kind of maybe go deep within and find that sort of space, or seek those sort of answers from within at a spiritual level to kind of create growth for yourself. And the reason why I say that is we have this as a child card, which always indicates that there's room to grow and learn. Seeker obviously is about seeking answers. And then when you look at all of these sort of things here, this is a very dark card. So to me, this is about introspection, maybe just exploring the shadow side of ourselves, maybe going into sort of like the winter period and getting quiet and spending that like that quiet moment or that connection to self at a spiritual level, and really finding those answers, like maybe answers to some of the more serious questions we have, or like maybe reflecting back on the year that the Aquarians have had, and sort of, you know, questioning where could I have changed things, where do I want things to go in the you know coming year. But to me, there is also sort of a timidness to this card. There is a sort of a pause or a restraint to this card that is it's very I don't know, it's delicate and nice is the best way that I can describe this. So if that makes sense to you guys, if you go through this month feeling a little bit more tentative, a little bit more, maybe your feelings are running a little bit deep, your questions are running a little bit deep, you're seeking answers, this is the month to find those answers as long as you take the time to go inward and look for them from within. Now, the next card is the Foundation card. This is the card that tells me a bit about sort of where things have been in the last few months for you guys leading up to this point and why these cards are the way they are today. So this is the Fortune card, and I was thinking of this when I was looking at the this Child of Wands Seeker card. Aquarius has had some bang-on readings the last few months, if I remember correctly. And so this Wheel of Fortune card is really about sort of that energy that I was remembering, because I remember like I want to say like 2 months ago, Aquarius had like this really brilliant reading. And I even think last month's was really good too. I was kind of jealous of the Aquarians. Um, but this fortune card says to me, this is similar to the Wheel of Fortune in a traditional tarot. This is about sort of us having the awareness of what we focus on and where we put our attention is sort of what we manifest and what we bring into our realm of being, what we get to reap. We reap what we sow, so to speak. So if we're focusing on the negative or we're looking at things in a sort of dismal fashion, we kind of bring more of that, or we bring lack or not enough to our awareness. But if we look at it from a place of like abundance and fortune, we can actually have that. So I think that that's some of what's going on with this Child of Wands card is this deep spiritual seeking of, okay, what is next for us? What is it that we want? Because we've realized that we've been able to sort of manifest maybe some really good things or some opportunities that maybe have come our way, and maybe, and now I'm sort of starting to hear as I look at this, maybe some of those things that we thought we wanted weren't necessarily exactly as great as we thought they were going to be. I don't know if there are any Aquarians that can relate to that are watching this, but if you do, please feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section once the video is fully uploaded to YouTube. Let me know if there are a couple of you out there that have actually received some of the things this year that you thought you wanted, that you manifested it, maybe a new job or a new boyfriend, whatever that is, and it hasn't necessarily turned out to be the joy that you thought it was going to be. And so you find yourself back at the drawing board, going deeper, looking for those answers of what is it that you truly want. Because the Fortune card, although it is a beneficial card, it does have I feel like this almost has a vibe of being overly satiated or overly, like, eating too much from the buffet, and it's all very delicious and good, and then we get to this point where we're like, oh shit, I don't want any more. What do I want? What nourishes me at a deeper soul level, right? Now, this next card is the Spirit or Soul card. This card tells me where your spirit or soul is working on during the month of December. And this is the Ten of Crystals, and this is delusion. So again, this reiterates what I just said, because 10 is about completion, right? 10s are about completion, finishing of cycles. And this is the crystals, which is the air, the element of air in the realm of the mind, right? Or the intellect. And when I look at delusion, this is about sort of the spirit wants us to address our thoughts, right? But we also find ourselves deeply spiritually seeking in the month of December, right? Sort of like, this feels like a reset to me for the Aquarians. This feels like spirit wants us to look at, okay, we thought we wanted that. Maybe we were like a little deluded in that idea, or we saw the shiny idea of it or the aspect of it, and maybe we brought it in and we thought it was going to be exactly the thing that was going to make us feel okay, and it actually hasn't. I don't. I would really love to hear from you guys in the comments section if any of you are relating to this, because it's what I'm strongly feeling here is that we need to come to a completion with this and a letting go of it, a letting go of these thoughts that are sort of convincing us that we need, like, oh, this one thing is going to be the thing that's going to make us happy. Oh, this one thing is going to be the thing that fixes us. And it's not actually true, because we've gotten some of those things and they haven't quite made us happy. And that's where this deeper soul seeking comes in, of really, really, what is it that is what we truly desire? What is it that we really, truly believe that we deserve? as we build upon that and we sort of get in touch with that part of ourselves, we're able to let go of this sort of deluded thinking of being fixed on sort of outside things as the solution to our internal longings. Does that make sense, guys? I'm hoping so, because that's what I'm feeling when I'm looking at these cards. Now, these are the outside influences, these next two cards. These are things that can be people, events, sometimes things more vague, like energies or belief systems that are having an effect on us in the month of December. So you guys have the Eight of Worlds, which is change. So I see this card with two sort of separate meanings. For some of my Aquarians, this is going to be the opportunity to change, like the environment is going to give us sort of situations where we might find ourselves making big changes coming into the month of December and maybe even into the beginning of next year, right? But also for others, I feel like these changes, I'm definitely getting a hit that some of these changes have already begun for some of you. You've already sort of started them. They've already sort of been happening, maybe even against your desire, or maybe like, to me, I feel like this card might feel a little bit unwelcome on some level. Like the change seems scary for some of you. And part of that is you have to embrace this change, I think, in the month of December, and shift your perception around it, because it really is repositioning you into a different place in your world. It's repositioning you into a place where you will feel more uh, uh, in line with what it is that you're receiving, and it matching what it is that you desire. But you need to go deep this month spiritually and seek those answers of what is it going to be, because to me it looks like, you know, if it's the shiny new car or the pretty new boyfriend or the thing that we thought was going to be the thing that would fix us, we got it, I feel like, or maybe it came to us, or things like it came to us, and we realized that it wasn't really fulfilling. So we're starting to let go of that and really realize the deep dive that we need to do to find out what it is we want. So as these changes come about for us right now in the month of December and into the beginning of next year, or the changes that have taken place in the recent months, that we ride these changes out and we embrace them in such a way that it steers us towards what we actually do want and what will bring us true happiness. Because this fortune card is ultimately the Wheel of Fortune. It is the opportunity to have that fortunate feeling and that abundant feeling. But I feel like when I look at this, it's like that idea of, you know, oh, we want candy and then we eat so much our stomach gets sick, right? So I don't know if this is resonating with you guys, but I would love to hear, because this is such a contrast to the last 2 months, I believe, of Aquarian readings, where they've been sort of on a very high energy sort of, if I remember correctly, I usually don't recall, but this seems a little bit more like we're slowing down and tapping out of that high vibing energy of creation, because we've sort of experienced some of that, and it's not really brought us about the joy that we thought we were going to get. Now, this other outside influence is the Five of Wands, and this is oppression. And now, when I look at this, it's interesting. We have this Child of Wands, right, which is the seeker, which has this sort of darkness, like searching in the dark and trying to find those answers deep within ourselves. This Five of Wands is an outside influence, right? These are situations. These could even be situations from the past that have sort of oppressed us, or made us believe that we think we need something or deserve something, or we need something outside of ourselves that will validate us and make us feel okay. This is part of looking at these situations, or revisiting some of these situations, or even being involved in some of these situations in the month of December currently, that is going to enable us to sort of release some of this deluded thinking. Do you understand what I'm saying here, guys? And it's also going to induce this change in the material world. We're going to start to have to see some of these things as being either these past memories that have held us back or held us down. we are going to have to release them and let them go, or we're gonna, like sort of have to move through them. If they are currently happening to us in the month of December, then we are going to have to move through them, and know that we are strong enough to be able to. But if these are past memories, which I think for a lot of you they are going to be, these are going to be past sort of judgments that have been placed on you by, say, loved ones or significant others. These are going to be past situations where maybe you've been hurt or harmed in, or disregarded, or where you've disregarded yourself or not given yourself enough sort of love and support. But these sort of situations are kind of going to need to be reconciled. They are going to need to be sort of looked at, or they might find their way into our space in the month of December for us to look at them and sort of let them go. And this is what our soul wants, right? Our soul wants us to sort of let go of this deluded thinking, let go of these deluded ideas or images of like, oh, it's going to be this thing outside of me that's going to fix me or make me feel better. No, it's actually going to be something that's inside of you. You need to seek it and find that answer at a level of depth, because you really want to bring in the true fortune that's in this Wheel of Fortune card. You really have the capacity to do that. This is what I'm hearing with this fortune card here and this change card here. It says to me that you have every opportunity to do that. It's just you might have to slay a few dragons, or so to speak, or look at some darkness from the past, or some belief systems that you don't necessarily, you haven't necessarily fully let go of yet, that are standing in your way of you really sort of having that inner peace that you'll be seeking in the month of December. Now, this last card is what I call the potential outcomes, and what I mean by that is that this card is not set in stone. It is an outcome card. It sort of tells me where things are naturally heading with the energy as it stands right now. But we do have, if this is a negative outcome card, we can use this card as a warning to make choices and changes to avoid this outcome coming to pass. The beautiful thing is if this card is a desired outcome, we can sort of just kind of continue to progress without making any major changes, and know, to like take heart in the fact that by month's end this card will come to pass for most of us. So this is the Six of Worlds, which is synergy. Now this feels to me like, do you see this change card here? We have this Eight of Worlds happening in the background here as an outside influence. And it feels like these changes need to take place, and we want them to take place. We're seeking them. We're seeking the deeper spiritual answers as to what it is that we want in our life throughout the month of December. And we're like seeing the changes coming at us. We need to roll with them. And by month's end, we will get more in line with them. That's what this synergy is about. We will be able to juggle these changes and sort of adapt and take them on in a way that feels more balanced and a little bit more, they won't feel less overwhelming, because I think that some of us will have done the work and sort of not given credence or attention to some of this old past oppression or these old past beliefs that might be needing to be let go, right? If we actually listen to our spirit and we let go of some of this deluded thinking, these not bad thoughts, but these thoughts that are limiting, and we sort of come to completion with them and end them, we can start to release some of this outside energy that comes back around every so often to get in our way. And we can sort of become in line with this this change that's happening in our outside environment at the material level. And as we come into that synergy, we can actually begin to start to create. We can start to balance. The swan to me represents grace, and she is sort of balancing all of this stuff in this circle, right? So to me, it feels like we're balancing some of the lessons we've learned, balancing some of the things that have happened over the year past, and going into the year, into the new year, really starting to sort of find connection to our environment and a synergy within which to work to start to create the things that we do want from the change that is sort of inevitable. So it's, to me, it's like I'm hearing that song like by REO Speedwagon in my head, Roll With The Changes. So that kind of would feel like your theme song for the month of December, is let the change come in, let it sort of release, the fear of it, or the resistance to it might actually cause you to sort of go deeper to seek the answers within yourself and to understand that you have the skill set and the deeper spiritual awareness to let go of some of this stuff and let go of some of these older experiences or events in your life that have sort of oppressed you or kept you held back. Okay, that is your December forecast. I hope it makes sense. Please, once the video is uploaded, come back, give me a comment. Let me know if it makes sense or if it doesn't at all, or if you have any questions, you can feel free to comment there. If you feel like you want a further, more in-depth reading for yourself personally, you can reach out and contact me at the Facebook business page or through my Linktree account. That will lead you there to the Facebook business page where you can message me directly. I look forward to seeing you guys next year in 2020. Have a great holiday season, and again, thank you for tuning in. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. If you like these videos, it lets me know that I should continue to keep doing them. Take care, all my Aquarians, and have a great holiday season. Bye-bye.